What's going on, guys? The Comics Kid 2099 here. Welcome to day 5 of my 365-day graphic novel review challenge. This week I've been trying to talk about different characters from DC Comics' Justice Society and Earth 2 and in that realm of characters and stories. And yesterday I talked about a character from that side of things that was drawn by Tony Harris. And today I'm going to be talking about something with some art by Tony Harris as well. JSA, The Liberty File. This is two-issue miniseries. The first one was called JSA The Liberty File. The second one was called JSA The Unholy Three. And these are both Elseworld stories. Remember Elseworlds? Remember when DC Comics was awesome and they did different alternate reality stories that weren't really connected to the DC universe? Those were the days. So basically, in these 4 issues, the Justice Society does not exist as a team, but most of the characters connected to the Justice Society, they exist as spies for the U.S. government during World War II. The first story is set right in the middle of World War II, and then the second story is set about 5 years later, and it involves Hourman, Batman, Mr. Terrific, and then Superman. There's some other characters thrown in there who are more minor and they don't really have much to do. The Flash, Huntress, Hawkman, they show up, but they're not really a big part of this story. And what I really like about this story is that this is a world without Superman. And I know I said Superman is in this, but he doesn't really play a part in the first half of this book. So a lot of these characters, they exist here, but they are not inspired by Superman's colorful example like they were in the normal DC universe. So in this world, I get the feeling that they're more inspired by characters like Doc Savage or the Shadow. And that's maybe reading too much into it, but I kind of got the feeling that that was what they were going with here, is that because Superman wasn't here to act in the way that he did in the DC universe that we got, all of these characters who were part of the Justice Society, they still exist, but they exist in a different way. And I really like that. A lot of people probably aren't going to like that these guys killed the bad guys, but I don't mind because A, this is an Elseworld story, and you can do whatever you want in an Elseworld story, and B, this is during war. These guys are soldiers, they kill people. It's what they do, so that didn't really bother me. But I really like both of these stories. There are a few minor things that bother me, like Mr. Terrific, Hourman, and Batman. They are the 3 main characters in the first miniseries, and they work together, and they beat the bad guys. And then the second miniseries, like I said, is set a few years later, and then Mr. Terrific is no longer working with Batman. And apparently he blames Batman for the death of his girlfriend who he was about to propose to, which is stupid because Batman and Hourman were both there when she died. They were fighting the Scarecrow, or this world's version of the Scarecrow, and then she got shot in the crossfire, and then Mr. Terrific, for some reason, only blames Batman. But Hourman was there also. I thought that was really stupid, and the only reason that they did that was so that they could take Mr. Terrific out of that dynamic and they could add a new character into that team. I thought that was a little bit of lazy writing there, but overall, I really like this book. That's really my biggest problem with the book, was that kind of stupid reason that Mr. Terrific blames Batman for his girlfriend's death. Other than that, I thought that this was a very enjoyable book. I had a lot of fun reading it. It had been a while since I read it before I reread it, but I enjoyed it. If you like Elseworld stories, if you like characters from the Justice Society, I would recommend checking this book out. In the meantime, you guys be sure to check me out later in the week for some other books on characters from the 1940s and from the Justice Society world of things. In the meantime, you guys have a great rest of your day. Catch you later.